Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome my very special co-host, Terry, with Holding Your Space. Hi, Terry.
Oh, hi, Jean. It's so nice to be here. Love
It's
it.
very nice to be here with you too. You are a busy lady. You already got 2 shows under your belt, and do you have another one after today? After this one?
I'm going to be doing a practice session with some mediumship after this. So at 3, and then that's it. I'm done. So, and but until tomorrow night with Allie in the Dream Show.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, but you're busy too. You've got something else after this, a practice or
Yes, I'm on
whatever.
with the Crone Zone, and it's
Mhm.
our Wisdom Circle is the first Monday of every month, and I'm there with the Crone Zone ladies, Heather and Priscilla, Terry Suzuki, Terry Lee, and Wisdom Seeker Joan, and we all take turns in doing a presentation or bringing up a topic and talking about it. It's they call it the Crone Wisdom, but I was like, let's just call it the Wisdom Circle.
Right?
Look who's here,
Hey,
Garnet. And look, he
everybody.
puts these little blue jeans in there.
I
Every
love
time.
that.
I don't know how, it's not easy to find those little emojis when you're typing. Oh my
Very
gosh.
impressive, Garnet. Very
And
impressive.
I
Aw,
appreciate the effort there. And it just makes me smile every time. Reba K is here. Oh,
yay.
this is her question. She has a question. Good. Yeah. So we're going to do questions for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
very nice. Very nice. Lois is here. Hi, Lois. And Annie Mayer. Nice to see you.
And
Michelle,
Meredith.
Sherry French, Donna Marie, Samantha, and Sonia. Oh, very nice, everybody. So have you all been up real early at the crack of dawn with Terry doing her meditations?
Yeah, a lot of them were there this morning. We had a big group, so it was nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Very
it's a
nice.
lot of chat going on. So we have a group for chat, and then we have a group for meditation too. Some people stay for everything, but, you know, some days people
That's
need to move on.
It's really needed, isn't it? It's really needed. And yesterday was my first day. I'm starting the psychic study practice group, and it's every Sunday and every Tuesday. And I have it in my community page, as well as I did a show, a live on it, telling everybody about it. And yesterday was the first day, and it was just so very exciting. It went off with it was just really exciting. Everything went smooth, and I was so excited to see everybody's progress and where they are. We did an exercise to find out where they were on their journey, and it is just so exciting to see what all of the community members here, how talented they really are.
Yeah.
So
So much
yeah.
talent. I know somebody was talking about that this morning in meditation about your practice session, how great it was. I think it might have been Patricia Hernandez. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, yeah, that sounds exciting. It sounds like a lot of fun.
It is, and I know my guides have been urging me to put something together where, yeah, where people can gather together and expand their gifts. And I was trying to do a class, and I just couldn't get the class down to 2 hours. And I'm like, I can't just condense it like that. Like there's just too much. And I know for me, in my development, I took a class and I understood what they were talking about, but it wasn't until I actually got to practice and in a safe place and not worry about if I'm right or wrong and just keep practicing. And then when I experienced it in the practice, I went, oh, like, and it made sense. Like you do understand it, but unless you feel it and experience it, and then you reinforce that experience with that practice, that is really what made the difference for me. So that's why I wanted to offer this as a study group. Mhm.
It's huge to get together with a group and study. Yeah, and Lois is talking about the study group has wonderful people involved. That's it, isn't it? It's the community. It's all about the community. And then if you take it one step farther, like you're doing, and you're teaching it, then you learn a completely different side of it, don't you? Yeah.
I love I love doing the exercises, and
Mhm.
I love watching people's, like, little light bulb come on up here when I'm like, "You said I hear this, that means you're clairaudient." They're like, it's really wonderful. It's just beautiful, and, we have all different, people are on at different places along their spiritual journey,
Correct.
and but everybody is just beaming. I can see where there's some people that will have immense growth, and it'll be so much fun to watch, and then there's other people that will be catapulted probably, further, but, it was a lot of fun, and, yeah, yeah. So I just wanted to share with everybody, there is, something I came across when I was with Allie, and, let me just pull it up a little bit. I
That's
wanna
so
bring it in. And
sweet.
what this is, Terry's name is Holding Your Space, and I found this, and I took, 3 years of shamanic energy healing practice, and we did hold space in a circle, and this really described for me, something that was very sacred, and I just wanted to share it with everybody. It says, "What does it mean to hold space for someone else?" It means that we are willing to walk alongside another person in whatever journey they're on without judging them, without making them feel inadequate or trying to fix them or trying to impact the outcome. And we all want to be helpful. We all want to give our own advice. But when I was in that circle, when I was in that we would have a talking stick and we would hand it to each other, and everybody, all of their energy was focused on me. They were listening to me, they were empathizing with me, but they spoke nothing. And they would probably emote, but just they spoke nothing. They held space for me to talk about what I needed to talk about and to feel what I needed to feel, and allow me to figure things out on my own, but with their energy and their support, being there and supporting me in that was so very powerful without trying to interfere, interject. That holding your space is so just it was a beautiful way for me to learn and expand that, sometimes just being there for somebody is enough. um, so then it goes on to say, when we hold space for other people, we open our hearts, we offer unconditional support, and let go of judgment and control. And that was written by Heather Plett. I don't know who Heather is, but she's brilliant.
Yeah,
And
that's lovely.
it just brought back so many memories. It
Oh,
really just moved me, and I knew that your channel is called Holding Your Space, and I've always loved it, but it was hard for me to articulate what we did and what it meant for me. And when I found that, it was just so it was well said, and I just love the it reminded me about that energy,
you
the
know,
unconditional love and the energy. Yeah.
yeah, I love that. I'm so glad, Jean, that that was good for you. When I was, starting the channel, I was going through a lot of healing, and I'd been through all sorts of different, crystal healers, shamans, trauma specialists, and I wanted to bring that to the group. That's what I really wanted to do. And holding space listening is something that we are not taught as children. We're not taught as adults either. We're taught to react, but we're not taught to just sit and listen unconditionally and let people have their say. Because, like you said, when somebody talks about what they're going through, they do come to their own conclusions so often. And and it's natural to want to jump in and fix it. Like, how many of us wanna come in and say, "Well, I do this, or you could do this, or you could do that," but very often we'll come to our own way. And it's kind of a hard thing to learn, but once I saw it in action, I was like, that's so amazing. So I had a lot of trauma specialists on the show at the beginning, and I still do every once in a while, but now I find that everybody in the tribe, the morning tribe, are holding space for everybody there. It's become a beautiful thing, and people can come and bring what they're going through. And we are all trauma specialists in that group now. It's like we really it's nice to have somebody on every once in a while, but really amazing work in there. So
It is. It is. It's important to witness and have other people support you
yeah.
along your journey. It's. I just love this community. So I wanted to share that, and thank you very much. So, Terry, we're going to be doing some readings, some really fun readings. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I love reading with you, Jean. So Jean is what I've decided is a projector. I think you are somebody that another intuitive can come to, and you just make the energy that much higher. So anyway, that's how I feel when I'm reading with you. So yeah, it's always an honor and fun.
Oh, that's sweet. That's really sweet. And I feel the same way. I know that if I came on here by myself and did some readings from the chat, the support of having a co-host it's a way of, in case I messed up, or in case I didn't finish my words, or in case I needed a break. It's also so much easier to talk to somebody while you're doing readings, or explaining. And the energies, I do feel like our spirit guides, or when we raise our consciousness up to that level, when we do it together, it almost is a little bit easier than if we're on our own. And this is the power of that group, right? Do you do the power of 8? Oh, it's a
Standing in the power.
yeah, and Daphne does the Power of 8 group healing on Wednesdays, and Medium Kim does the group on Wednesdays as well. So whenever you have a group of people, and that's why when we're all here together, and everybody here in the chat are together, we can raise our vibration. And I know you guys feel it, and I know you guys can feel the shift in the vibration, and it's almost like an altered state of consciousness. And it's a little bit more of a focus, and it's closer to that spiritual realm. But it magnifies, it multiplies and magnifies when you're with more than one or more. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
where one or more gather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely makes a huge difference.
Okay. So let's start with Samantha, and then I'll go back up. Hi, Edward. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Jill. Hi, Lisa, Barbara, Rishi, Leah, Jazz. Everybody's here.
Mhm.
Aw. All right, I'm going to go back and look and see if I can find more questions there. But thanks for putting
Okay.
them in. And Samantha says, I would love a reading on how to maintain my balance and flow. See, maintaining balance was the name of the show. Samantha, you got it, girl. And that was the first reading. I love it. That is the name of the show, Maintaining Balance.
They're very psychic or very present.
Whenever you're ready, Terry, because you
Okay, I will. Samantha, I'm kind of feeling something in your solar plexus. It feels like there might be something bothering you. This could also be something that's tied to a past life or ancestral karma, or generational karma. Like perhaps something happened in your family and there was a lot of fight or flight going on. And of course, that's so easy with the news right now and the chaos going on, that something might really be bothering you. And it kind of feels like they were showing me a box. So I always draw now, and there's your box. And your box is kind of like maybe you're just opening it up. I don't know if there's some old stuff that you're getting to, or if you packed a lot of stuff down. Like a lot of us do, right? We don't process our feelings. We don't process what's happening right now. And it's real important when all this chaos is going on. Is if you feel fear or if you feel anger or rage, that you honor it and kind of watch it and allow yourself to flow with that feeling and honor it in your heart and your solar plexus in particular. But then all of a sudden, witness it after that. Just witness that you've done that and process it. So I don't know if that makes any sense. I get that you're kind of on that journey. You feel like a healer to me. So I don't know if you've started on that journey yet, or if you heal by painting or dancing. And then they're showing me music, of course. So it does kind of feel like you're already there, and being in nature. So it feels like maintaining your balance and flow is going to be good for that. Sometimes when we've got all that going on in the solar plexus, it can go into your psoas, even though that's a little bit lower. But since they brought up music and dancing, I'm going to say also, if you can get some movement in, that's going to help to move that out. That's
Cool.
it.
Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Samantha, I concur. I truly, I understand that the nature and the music is a really good way of picking up the frequency, and maintaining balance is maintaining our frequency, our energy balance, right? So energy is frequency, and music is frequency, and nature is frequency. Nature is reality. Nature is grounding. This is all a good way to balance. And nature also puts us in the flow as well. And what I say is, it's not how many times we're knocked down, because you never know. Like, oh, the car won't start. Oh, and you're like knocked over. And then you're like, oh, you're like screaming, crying, and you don't know what to do, and you freak out. And then after you're done, you go, and then you like pull that muscle that you pull to come right back up into your center, and find that little center is that strength. It's pulling yourself back up into that center, pulling yourself up into that alignment with the energy, with the higher realms, with the energy of Earth, and maintaining the flow. So it's not uh, trying not to fall, because we're human, we're on Earth, and things are going to occur, and that'll knock us out. Believe me, I've fallen off, and I've realized that the strength and the time, the muscle that it takes for me to come back to that center has strengthened, and I can rely on it. And I know that even though I'm going through something that is just totally unexpected, I know that I will eventually come back to my center. And it's a familiar place. This is why we do this meditation. This is why we practice and feel the flow and align our chakras and feel the energy of the cosmos and of Earth, because this is where we want to come back to, is that center. So maintaining balance doesn't mean not falling off. It's building that muscle so that you come back a little quicker, and that you know where that center is to come back to. But good question, Samantha.
Yeah, that's an amazing question. Yeah. I've had opportunities recently to witness that myself. And it's kind of like, to reset. My favorite thing, Samantha, is to go in and use my senses, like look at 5 things in the room. And some people do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with their senses. Not me. I do 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And so I just double up on it. Yeah. And she's saying, love that. Thank you. And then if you do that, like 5 things you smell, 5 things, and you can imagine smelling, 5 things you feel. And it could be an ocean breeze. It could be watch and look at things, And then if you still haven't gotten there, you can go into your subtle senses. And your subtle senses are brings in your intuition. And that's a really Zen place to get to, like remembering that you're the light, remembering that you're divine, remembering your angels, and then knowing where you come from, what light you shine, things like that. So
That's really good. That's really good. Beautifully said. And I think that that's the power of now too. When we come back into that center, we incorporate that. There's so many layers and so many dimensions to to finding our balance. But that's a really good question. I
Yeah,
love that.
excellent question, Samantha.
And no judgment if you ever feel like you're not in balance. There's no judgment in that.
Oh,
No resistance in that. That's what Terry says.
yeah,
Allow it to come in and allow it to move through, and that creates the flow. Once you do
yeah,
that and you're like, okay, there's this crazy thing right here. I'm waiting for it to go. And as soon as you see it go, you'll feel something else coming in and you'll feel the flow. It's a beautiful practice. I wish I could be with everybody 24 hours, don't you?
right? I know. They're so wise here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi, Lindsay. How are you, girl? Jazz, you're welcome. Samantha, thank you for that really interesting question. All right, so let's see where we have. And is Rebecca K or Reba K, are you here or did you just put in your question? If you're still here, please say hello. And also, Lisa Davies, if you're here, please say hello.
Lisa's here. She just put in a remark
Okay.
to somebody.
All right. That Reba K and then Michelle Krantz.
Oh, Reba's here too.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you, ladies, for saying that you're here. It's a big help. It's a big help. Could I ask if I will or should find a spiritual mentor? I think it's always I think it's a good idea to maintain that continuing education. Whether that's a mentor holding your hand through something, it depends on the program. Sometimes there's like 6 or 8 or 16-week programs, and or you can work with somebody one-on-one apprentice. I know that a lot of shamanic energy healing practitioners and what is it, the QHHT, the
Regression.
hypnosis,
Yeah.
that takes a long time, and you need a mentor in that. So I think it does. I think it's a good idea for you, but to what degree, it would be up to you. How much you've self-taught yourself, or how much you need to learn from this point forward, and try not to compare yourself. Try not to compare yourself with somebody else that does the James Von Prague, 24-month course, and which is wonderful, but it may not be for you. You do you and what you have to offer. And it's not just how somebody else does it. It's learn how they do it and then apply that to what you're doing. And you're unique and everybody does it their own way. And it's never, well, hardly ever exactly the same way somebody else does it. A lot of people like to try and follow techniques or processes or practices, which is good. But it depends on where you are on your journey, Lisa. So that's what I have to say there. How about you, Terry?
I love that. That's beautiful. I always think it's a great idea to have somebody to throw something at, Lisa. So, and if it's like I've got a couple of people that I can go to like once a year, some people therapists and trauma specialists, and then I also have, and the trauma can be anything, right? It can be the plumbing in my house. It can be a deep set childhood trauma. But the other thing is getting a reading from a person that's, there's so many great readers here. So I'm just going to plug that right now. Getting a reading is always a huge thing, to sit down with the right person that you feel a kinship to, and then to sit down, and you should come away from that, Lisa, feeling like you've been elevated, like you really know where you're going, or you know the questions to answer yourself. The other thing I'm going to say is that, looking for a guru, well, gee, you are you. So that's you. So follow your own journey. And I've studied with so many people. I call myself the pitter patter queen. So I pitter patter to this and to that, and resonate with a lot of different teachers. But in the end, I think it's what you create, because you are a creator. They were showing me the flower of life
Mm,
for you. That's what came up right away, Lisa. And it's such a beautiful energy. And it's usually a goddess energy. So, or priestess energy. It can also have to do with a sun, as in, the light, a star. So, probably a star people or something, somebody that resonates with that. So, yeah. Anyway, let us know what you think.
yeah. And she says, exactly. And so just let us know if you feel as though you're a beginner. I would probably say more yes. If you are intermediate, then you would find somebody to dip in and out of. And if you're an expert, it's always good. Whatever level you're on, it's always good to do continuing education.
Yeah,
But
I'm doing 2 classes right now. So, I'm always dipping my finger in there. I gotta
I
say.
take classes not at this very moment, but I certainly do as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're a beginner,
And
Lisa. Yeah,
it's I love this, Jill. She said that the Journey of Souls book by Michael Newton is a great head start. Absolutely.
nice.
Absolutely. It's amazing the information that's out there. Okay, she's a beginner. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Then I'd take a course, and I wouldn't get hung up on, "Is this my gift or not?" Yeah, I'd just go, look and see whatever looks good to you. Like, if you look at what type of learner you are. Like, are you um, do you learn by visualizing things, by looking at things, or do you learn by hearing things? And that will kind of give you an idea of the clairs that you might want to develop to start with, if that's where you're at. So,
Yep. Okay. So let's see where we are. Thank you very much for your question. That was a good question. I didn't even see. Okay. And we have Reba is here and then Michelle. So Reba says, I have a flight this week. Will I be safe or should I cancel?
oh, Reba asked that on Nancy Jean's last time I told her to come here. So, because we didn't get to it, it was at the end. Um,
Where are you flying to, Reba?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I think the odds are in your favor. I know the odds are in your favor. And it just seems to be an issue right now. I'm not sure if it's the planetary alignment or another factor.
Oh, she's
Um,
going to Europe. Are you going to the UK, or are you going to the continent? Are you going to see some friends, Reba? Are you going with a group? You're going to Lisbon, yeah. Um, do you have
mhm.
family there, honey? Because I was pulling up friendship. So I don't know if you've got friends there, or if this is a group that's going with you, a tour. Yeah. So on a group. I get that you're going to be fine in that group. Also, when I travel with my angels, and my crystal healer always suggested calling in 33 trillion angels. So, an ascended masters, the quantum field. Yeah, no family, but I think this tour group is going to be great for you, especially there. But just remember, when you walk on the plane, when you walk on the bus, when you walk into the Uber or whatever, and make sure people know where you are, if you want to go on your own. But walk with those 33 trillion angels. Have them pick up the plane. Have them land the plane. Anyway, that's how I do. No one
Yep.
asked you, warrior girl.
um, Reba, I get that you're going to be fine on the way there, while you're there, and on the way back. You want to be mindful of all of the things to do while you're traveling, with making copies of your passport and emailing it to yourself and packing light and being, having your belongings close to your body and things like that. Just be smart and follow all the rules. And I think I know that you'll be fine on the way there and on the way back and while you're there. I think
Yeah.
it's an exciting thing, and don't let fear steal your joy, for sure.
Yeah.
And bring those angels. All right. And I checked my pendulum. It's not just me. And I would tell you if it went around or something. It went
Yeah.
yes, 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 for
Yeah. That's
sure.
a big ol'
Oh,
yes.
look at that pendulum,
This is
girl.
the one that Reverend Saul gave me.
Oh my gosh, don't get too close to it. You'll knock out your tooth.
Right? Exactly. Exactly.
Well, thank you, Reba. All the best to you.
Oh my God, have so much fun, Reba. You're gonna have a blast.
Uh-huh. You'll forget all about everything, for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
we have Michelle is here. After Michelle, I have either Carolyn Booker or Barbara Berkman. If Carolyn or Barbara are here, just say hello. Hi, Michelle. She says, "Can I please have a reading as to what I need to hear right now for my highest good?" Aw.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird, Michelle. They're immediately when you come in, they're showing me a halo, like a crown, for you. And then that crown turns into a beret. So I don't know if you're thinking about traveling too, or if that's some sort of a hat. So are you working a lot with the crown chakra right now, Michelle? Let us know. But I feel like so that could be the journey that they're talking about, or that could be traveling that you're thinking about. If it is the crown chakra, a lot of people are having things come in, so much energy that they're downloading, and it's real easy to get a crown chakra burn. And a lot of people right now, the back of your skull vibrates. And so we've gone from the ears tingling to bigger downloads, and that skull downloading is a huge thing. So just be cognizant of that and be really gentle with yourself. Be as strong as you can, Michelle. Like whatever you can do for your body, rest, drink the right foods, drink lots of water. You know, but be really strong because you're getting a lot going on up here. It feels like, Michelle, a lot of downloads.
Excellent. Excellent. Wow, I really felt that too. And so what I saw for you, Michelle, was a pear, and it was a pear with a leaf on it. So it was a new pear. It was a fresh pear. It was and what I wrote down was fruitful. There's some fruitful
Oh,
growing. There's some new growth. There's an idea or something that you're going to be nurturing and growing. I got new start and abundance. So there is this fruitful abundance that is around you that's going to be growing, and it's almost like ripe for the picking. And it's very healthy. It's very nutritious, and it's plump. And now I'm hungry for a pear, but and it's and this is what they're showing me for you, Michelle. So let me know if you have something fruitful, something growing, a new start, something abundant, and they're letting you know that to focus on the new, focus on the growing, focus on creating, and let me just see if there's anything else for Michelle. They're showing me your heart, and I feel as though there may be a new relationship that might be growing, a new start, a fruitful beginning with a relationship. So, yeah. That's what I got. Good for you. Good for you. It's coming up. Valentine's Day's coming up, Michelle. You're so sweet. Isn't she so sweet? That energy coming right off of that picture. I love when
Yeah.
y'all have your pictures and you're looking right at us. I really get a lot of energy off of that, don't you?
Yeah. And I love the pears because the pears are sweet, just like you were talking about. So yeah, that was an excellent read.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you, Michelle. You have beautiful
Yeah,
energy.
beautiful.
All right. So I have oh, did I write it down? It was Carolyn and then Barbara. All right. And then after
Um,
Barbara, Rishi, if you're still here, let us know.
Carolyn is an extremely gifted medium. So I'm getting the number 9. They were showing me 9 orbs, Carolyn, which you know that is an extremely psychic and spiritual number. Listening, that's what you do. You know, you hold space for people and you listen to spirit. You're going to be getting ideas and inspiration. I don't know. I'm kind of getting an idea that this might be one of your doctors, Carolyn. The ideas and inspiration, like they're really taking care of you and they're letting you help with it because there's a little angel behind this other angel. Yeah. So something's going to get balanced. I don't know if it's your meds, Carolyn, or if it's something that they're giving you or something that you're doing energetically, but I feel like you're going to have that balance and be able to return to work.
Wow. Excellent. So Carolyn, what I was picking up for you is today, right now is your time. It's your time to focus on you and to heal for you. And you've been giving so much your entire life and doing for others and being of service to others that this is almost like a habit. And it's almost like you're missing a limb if you don't help somebody. And I know the feeling, and it's such a generous offer, but they want you to work on renewing and regenerating yourself. This is your time to heal. And for you to split that energy and start sooner than when you're ready will prolong your progress. So you want to make sure that you're putting 100% of your energy and your focus on getting better and healing yourself. And so that when you are at full speed, up to capacity, then you can begin to work again. So it's not that you can or you can't. It's that where is your focus best? Utilize the best. Where is it going to make the biggest impact? So it's the same way they're showing me the oxygen mask on the airplane. So unless you fix you and you heal you, there's no way you can help other people. Not no way, but you'll have a backslide or something if you start too soon or if you rush into it. So when is what it's like when you say when, it's relative and it's so hard to pinpoint. But what I do know is that your energy is best focused on you, your healing, and being patient to when the information comes in again and your energy is ready to take on. Oh, they're telling me you can ask for healing, Carolyn. They're saying you can ask for healing, and they're saying that you have worked with this almost like your work has maybe taken a toll on your energy. So you can ask for the other way. You can ask for them. You can ask for like Edgar Casey or whoever, or the greatest surgeon or somebody, or whatever the greatest doctors and the greatest healers to come forward and help you. And this way you can utilize and combine your own work on your own healing. And they also want you to document this. I feel as though this is an opportunity for you to document how healers heal themselves, how psychics and mediums can take care of themselves, and what to do when you need to come back to work. I feel as though they really want you to focus on this, create this, balance this, work on this. So do your work, but do it on yourself and for yourself. Bring in these specialty doctors, whoever that might be. I don't know who they are, and write it down, record it, and make sure it's genuine, and measure yourself, measure your energy, measure your how long you're able to walk or how far you're able to walk if you're able to walk, and measure yourself. I feel as though they want you to focus all of this wanting to start to get back to work on yourself. So
That's beautiful. I got a huge rush on that when you were talking about document and healer, asking for the healing. Yeah. She's extremely talented. So, and I keep getting that number 9 to Carolyn. So maybe 9 weeks. I don't know.
And returning to work isn't going back to doing what you used to do. It's going to be different. You're going to do something different. And that's why you can't. It's like when we find resistance in trying to do something, we're not going with the flow. Allow for what is and wait for the flow to come in and follow it. So if they want you to work on yourself, and this is what it's an opportunity. It's a new modality. It's a new phase of your work. You're not going to go back to, chasing ghosts down in barns and farmhouses. That was one phase. And I feel like there's going to be a new phase, and there's so much that you can offer. And Carolyn Miss is what it is coming to mind as well. Carolyn Mace is her name, or Miss?
Yeah. Miss or Mace. I think, I don't know. I always mispronounce everything, but I love her. I just saw something from her today. I'll look for that, Carolyn, and email it to you. She sent something.
Yep. Yeah. Good for you, Carolyn. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
And if you have not been able to, get to, what we want in our own mind is one thing, but allowing the guidance to guide us, and it'll be like, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? And I think it'll really turn things around for you. But all the best to you, Miss Carolyn, and good for you.
She's so sweet.
Oh, and Lindsay says it's pronounced Moss.
Oh, okay.
Carolyn Moss. And look at Lindsay's icon. How cute.
That's beautiful.
She's so cute. That's like your alter ego. And Michelle was saying, I thought something was going to work out with a guy, but he wasn't the one for me. So I'm moving forward. Thank you both so much, lovely ladies.
Oh.
Okay. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. And I had another one here, comment that was important. So Salraz says, that pendulum is the reason Terry goes through microphones and monitors so quickly.
Isn't it? I usually use another one, but George has been asking me to use this one lately. So it's just.
Oh my gosh. Is that braided?
Yeah, it's
okay.
He was also a Vedic scholar, and in the Vedas and Hinduism and Buddhism, you always use a red string for things. It's an energy line, and then it's sacred, and then that's him dancing right there. So he likes it.
Well, anyway, just as long as it's braided, that reinforcement.
Oh yeah, and it's 3 beautiful crystals done together. So
wow,
tied together. Yeah, just a little something.
Wonderful. Okay, so next we have Barbara, and that was just a palette cleaner, you guys. Just so you know, sometimes we need those, especially after Carolyn, right? That's a lot of energy and a lot of focus coming through.
Yeah,
because Carolyn has a lot of energy, you guys. All right, Barbara says, may I have a reading on handling my fear.
Oh, honey.
We read typos.
Yeah. So your heart, it kind of hurts, Barbara. It's like you're not just scared for yourself, you're scared for others. So either family or friends and the world. So your heart's really tender, honey. And usually it's empaths, we do that, right? We want to make sure that everybody's safe, everybody's okay. So it's kind of hard to notice that all of them are divine beings. They all have creator divinity inside them. They are all our creators of energy. So understanding that the people around you are going to be fine because they are creators no matter what happens. They're eternal. The other thing is, I don't know if it feels like there's a man around you. I don't know if it feels like he might be on the other side. You may have lost your voice at one time. And sometimes if we've had something happen, like maybe you had a spouse or your dad or your mom or anybody or boss, that was like really hard on you and you kind of lost your voice. So it's kind of time to surrender and release that. This is my favorite card in this deck. Yeah, very much so. Okay, yeah. I didn't want to say it, but that's what I was kind of feeling. And it might have been rage. And particularly when you're involved with rage, then when somebody has rage, you learn really quick, no matter if you're a little kid or if you're 50, you learn really quick coping skills of being quiet and not using your voice and how to kind of get really small. Yeah, your husband passed. I'm so sorry, honey. Yeah. So we take that fear with us and we carry it with us. We put it in that urn or you might put it in a bucket. And then you're going to put everybody else's stuff in the bucket too, right? So you're already carrying a lot with that. And then carrying a lot with everybody else, the fear that's going on the planet right now. So kind of you might want to dump that bucket ceremonially. I have a bucket here. It's a metal bucket. And I used to, and I haven't done this for ages. I just realized this, Barbara, but I used to like take my handkerchiefs or my Kleenex and I'd stuff them in there and I'd stuff in all sorts of crazy things. Like I'd write a note and I'd stuff it in there and I'd do a burn, and I'd even put a few pictures in there a few times and burn them. But there's a lot of different ways to work with that. You can work with that way. You can work with it by difficult marriage and childhood. Oh, honey. Yeah. You're my sister. So just know that you're going to be fine. You're going to get rid of that and be really gentle with yourself right now. Study, read some books. I've got a lot of people that have been on my channel and Jean's channel that really know how to work with this. There's one woman in particular, feel free to email me, Rachel Grant, that deals with trauma and finding joy. And that's the whole thing, right? We need to let go of it. And then we also need to find joy. We need to move beyond it. So, but do it at your own space. I think you're going to find love again. So I get this soulmate. I think that you're going to be in the position to be back in love and have, and this could be even you. But I kind of get a feeling, I'll ask Jean with her reading, I kind of get a feeling that somebody special is going to come in for you. So, and I feel like you need to be the best that you can be so that you're ready for that. And that means being the person that you want to meet. That's the easiest way to do it. Like, I want somebody that's funny. I want somebody that's well-traveled. I want somebody. No, you're never too old. And it could be, again, finding yourself, your beautiful self. So again, but I kind of feel like you're going to meet a friend.
Companion. Yeah.
Yeah, companion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, Jean.
I felt companion when you were saying that. So the first words I wrote down for you, Barbara, is trust. And it's not easy to trust, and this was before you were filling in some of the details for us. And I feel like it's almost like reopening a wound, and it's a familiar feeling for you, this what we're going through right now, and a lot of people have this, that it's like a familiar fear that is opened again, and we're like, it's almost like I remember this feeling, and you're almost reliving what happened before and anticipating that this is going to happen again. And this is what you're fearful of. And what's most important to know is we don't know what's going to happen in the future. What we do know is that we've gotten through everything that we've been through. You're still here. You've gotten through it. We're strong enough and we're brave enough. It may not have been pleasant, but we're able to get through it. And it's important to not to not to put energy on the worry, not to give the energy and the focus on the negativity, on the what catastrophizing some of the outcomes, because yeah, we could really go spiraling. It's really important to keep yourself out of it, and it's almost like being your own best friend and say, nope, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to think that I don't have any proof of that. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. All I know is right here, right now, I am safe, I am happy, I am warm, I am, whatever, whatever it is. I'm fed, I'm nurtured, and whatever it is, what you are right now. And as long as there's not a saber-toothed tiger in the room, it's okay to let go of that fear. It's okay to give that fear a rest. Now, there are things that sound and trigger that fear, but as long as we don't live there, say, oh my gosh, that's the worst thing I heard. I can't believe they just said that. That's the worst. And then you just say, turn it off, get me something, go do something creative, do needlework, or arrange flowers, or gardening, whatever it is that you love to do. In fact, the grounding is a very good
Mhm.
way of letting go of that fear and giving any of that fear to Gaia. But I do feel as though it's a reopening. And because you did say that you had trauma in your past, that I feel like this is a reopening, and you're fearful of feeling that again. But you've gotten through that. That's over. And there's nothing saying that that's going to happen again. You don't know. I don't know that that's going to happen again. So instead of figuring and focusing on the worst case scenario, focus on what is now, what you have now, what is true now, and focus on trust and grounding is all I can say. And everything is working out in our universal guidance is guiding us towards things that are working in our favor. And you also want to give those fears to your angels. I have the angelic connection. Whenever it seeps in and say, oh my gosh, what if my car doesn't start? And like, angels, I don't want to think that thought anymore. Please take that away from me, because it's almost like a habit. Like we just fall into it and just say, angels, please take that thought. I don't want that fearful thought. Please take that from me. This is not what I want to be focusing on. And then train your mind and think of something, because the very first moment that you have a fearful thought is when it's at its weakest. And when you have a fearful thought, if you turn it over into a positive thought, or ask it to step away and give it to your angels and bring in something positive, or something that is confirming and trusting, and I'm trying to think of loving, and this is what you want to focus on. And it's the fear is very weak. It's very weak, and it's always false. Yeah, and it happens to a lot of us. It does happen. It is a habit sometimes that we just fall into. Um, there was one other thing that came up as I was saying the angelic connection and giving it over.
That's beautiful.
Oh, just on the other side of fear is productivity. And Like Terry always says, honor the emotions that we do have and work through them. Just don't live there. Say, you know what? That scares the shit out of me. I'm not going to be thinking about that anymore today. That will be there tomorrow or whenever I need to focus on that. Right now, I'm going to take care of myself. Honor that. Feel the feelings, let them come through, and then move on with your life. Don't live in that fear. Don't obsess and carry it with you. And you know, because it's something that we like to carry. But it is on the other side of that fear is where the productivity is. And I actually have this here. If you don't mind, this is the perfect time to pop it up. And you guys know me, I like to talk with symbols. I had this.
Yeah.
It is this is the comfort zone where we feel safe and in control. Right here is our fear. And now they do say that this is typical, like if you're afraid of doing something, or if you're afraid of trying something new, or going out on a date, or the lack of self-confidence, you find excuses, you're affected by others' opinions. And fear is just outside of our comfort zone all the time. But on the other side of fear is the learning. When we deal with the challenges, when we acquire new skills, when we extend our comfort zone. And then the growth is just beyond the learning, where we find purpose, we live our dreams, we set new goals, and we conquer objectives. So fear is always right outside of our comfort zone. And it is not strong, it is very weak, and we can push through it and get to this beautiful productivity and beautiful development and beautiful living. This is where we live. This is where we create. This is where we flourish, is right here. But we all have to go past this fear, this intimidation that we feel, and this thing that we feel stops us. But it's just pushing through it. There is another side of it. It's very short, it's very brief, and just keep pushing through. And I'm sure that you can get through it. And I think a lot of people really needed to hear that. I know I
Yeah.
did, because we've all felt it. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd have to be in a cave not to feel it. But
Yeah.
we can move through it and still live a life, a happy life, a productive life, and flourish. We can. We all
Yeah.
can.
Barbara's saying baby steps in the fear zone. Yeah. So I love this chart that you have there, because the curiosity part, the learning part, your brain uses you use a different part of your brain for fear than you do for curiosity. So if you ask yourself, what am I thinking? Why am I thinking that? Like when you see that you have fear, you can kind of sense it, and then you go into, okay, how do I feel? Where do I feel it? And is this true? So you start kind of really recognizing it, and kind of playing with it. Um, there's so many different tricks to it, but I do want to say, a lot of times when you create those neural pathways, it's also a physical thing, and there's lots of tips around there. You can rewrite your story. You can go into your senses. There's all sorts of things that you can do. Your handwork, going for a walk. And Rachel Grant's website is in there. Sal put it in there. And the first time I put it in, my T's not working well on my laptop. So I said Rachel Grant, but it's rachelgrant.com. And you can get a book. You don't have to take one of her courses, Barbara. So yeah. Yeah. God bless you, honey.
You're
I
welcome.
want to
You
take care of
can try
you.
tapping. You can try tapping. You can try
Yeah.
singing your ABCs.
Oh my
I mean,
God. Singing is huge. Yeah.
really, just something to change that habit, change uh, that cycle, that circular thought, and whatever that is for you.
Yeah.
Even if you want to sing "You Are My Sunshine," whatever it is, it's something to change that thought and to shift you out of it so that you're not traumatizing yourself. Because a lot of the times it's our ego sort of rerunning that thought form. It's just a thought form. But I think a lot of us need to really work together. And I'm sure if maybe I think this is just the beginning. I think maybe we
Yeah.
should do a show on fear,
Let's
Barbara.
do it. Yeah. Let's do
I
it.
think it's really important. And this is just the cream of the crop I mean, this is just the top of the tip of the iceberg is what I meant to say.
Right? No, I knew what you meant.
My analogy's right.
Yeah.
The
And
tip of the iceberg, there's so much more to it.
there is. And there's so many great tips in the group too. They're so wise.
Yep.
I
Yep.
love that, Lisa.
Lisa
Yeah.
says she heard something a while back. If you're feeling fearful, ask yourself, will this kill me in the next 3 minutes? If not, it's a false fear.
I think that was Lisa, was that on Next Level Soul?
Oh,
There's a remarkable guy on there, Kelsey somebody. Lisa, you might remember his name. He used to be a stand-up comic. Now he is a scholar. He's written all these books and made all these films. He's amazing. Oh, fa la 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 la, Jen.
and
Yeah.
Sharon wants a show on fear too. Yep.
Oh,
I think
right,
we all
honey?
need to. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
And maybe even a series,
Yeah.
some place where we can all come in and understand that it's something that is controllable and it's not, it's something that is easy to be overwhelmed by.
Yeah.
And it is real, and we do need to feel it and move through it and what to do during each of these phases. I think, Terry, I don't, you're here. You want to do a, yep,
Yep. Raising
girlfriend.
my hand. Bam.
You heard it
High
here.
five.
We'll put it together. It may be
Yeah.
a series. Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that.
Uh-huh. And uh, it takes it takes a village. So thank you everybody here who's making your suggestions. All the time you guys suggest books, you suggest things, you suggest other uh, YouTubers, you suggest methods. I love it. It
Mhm.
really takes a village here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Aw. Oh,
Byron Katie. Mm-hmm.
Byron Katie is a marvel. Thank you. I was trying to think of her name, Barbara. I always call her uh, Brown Katie, and I always know that's wrong. So, yeah, she's got the 4 steps, the 4 questions. It's amazing. So,
Oh, you know what? I think I got Barbara Berkman is who we were reading for. And
yeah,
I thought, okay.
yeah, neither Barbara, but Barbara, that was an excellent book. So I'm glad you showed it. Yeah.
Hmm. I think she was making another comment and I got confused. Sorry. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Very good. Okay. So do you have time for one more? I know we're
Oh
just
God,
over an
yeah.
hour.
Yeah, no, I'm
And I
good.
know we both have shows to go on to after this. And Rishi is next. And I just want to thank everybody that's here and didn't get their questions answered. I really appreciate everybody being here. And yeah, so Rishi says, can I have guidance on what I could do to help the voices I hear? Is psychiatric medication enough? It's hard for us to diagnose this from this point. It's up to you, Rishi, to seek the professional in your area to help you to work through it. And if you're not satisfied with the professional's uh, diagnosis, get a second opinion and find different people, not only a medical professional, but a counselor and also maybe a spiritual advisor. And maybe all of them, maybe there's a combination of things that you might be able to uh, work with.
Yeah.
But it's really hard for me to diagnose this from here. And I wouldn't trust doing a psychic reading on this. How about you, Terry?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Rishi, are you in the States or are you in India? For some reason, I was thinking that you were overseas. But regardless of which, if you can find an Ayurvedic practitioner, because they often will do all of the above. So yeah, you're in India. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, if you can find an Ayurvedic practitioner to help with that, even if you're going to a medical doctor at the same time.
Find a
Yeah.
medical intuitive.
Oh,
Mhm,
interesting, Edward. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, because I'm feeling it something at your heart.
Um, so you said if a spiritual guidance around it is what I feel is it's not forever. I feel like it's stress induced. I feel like it's a confusing time, a pressured time. And I feel like if you manage your stress and you take care of yourself and and your situation changes, I feel as though this is something that you'll be able to manage. I don't know what it is. It's very hard for us to tell from here, but I do feel like you're going to get through this and you're going to get on the other side of it in whatever way you work, whether you do the Ayurvedic or you do, the psychiatric meds, or you do, reducing your stress, changing your job, moving out of the city, whatever it is for you. I see you being happy. I see you being calm. I see you taking charge of your life. And when we're younger, life it's a bear, man. I'm telling you, there's so much pressure on us. And I say younger because you're younger than me. But when we're in, I know that you've been studying, you've been going to school, you've been trying to get a job. There's a lot of pressures right now. And I do see you getting through this. I do see you coming through the other side. Try just focus on this too shall pass, and do seek multiple professionals. And I think that's a wonderful idea, the Ayurvedic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too. So there's a couple of things that Spirit is just bringing into me. Salt bricks to ground, to put on your feet when you're sitting at your desk, Rishi, and that'll help you feel better. Also, you might want to get something with the fish oils in it. There's a thing, Nancy Jean just talked about it on the last show, and I'm not a doctor, but they're called the fatty 15s. They're really good for your brain. You're very psychic. You're very sensitive. And that's part of the reason that this is happening right now. So I see you smiling. I see you happy. I see you in a field, and I see you with a child. So
I've always told him that. A little girl, right? I see him with his daughter.
Yeah. And they're laughing and she's playing. And I see a beautiful life for you, dear. So
I see him with a very gentle young wife, and she's soft-spoken and very kind and sweet and supportive, and she loves him exactly the way he is. He doesn't have to put on pretense, and you two get along together, and it's almost like you finish each other's sentences. And I see you with that gorgeous daughter, and your daughter has your eyes, and you fall in love. Yep,
yeah,
for sure. There is, yeah. Trust that you'll get through this, Mr. Rishi. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. And namaste.
Mm-hmm. Namaste. And thank you, everybody, for being here. And thank you, Terry. What an amazing show we had today.
So much fun. Yeah, you're such a projector. I love being with you and reading with you because we just both get. Yeah,
it does amplify with you, Terry. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be doing a series together, you guys, and Terry's gonna be back, and I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you all very much. Please do stop over. I'll be on the Crone Zone later today, and Joan, Wisdom Seeker Joan, will be doing a presentation, and we'll be over there on the Crone Zone's channel. Please do come over and join us. I'm so very excited. I'm looking forward to it. And tomorrow I'm going to be on with Wisdom Seeker Joan and Gerald from Tarot Stash. So do come on back and see us there. We look forward to seeing everybody. And thank you again, Terry.
Oh, thank you so much, Jean. This was a joy.
I'm very energized right now, for sure.
I am too, man. That was awesome.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, mods.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.